All right, nothing's popping up on my end.
Give it a couple seconds.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Nothing?
20, 21, 22.
I'm clicking it. Okay, I'm gonna check the live stream. Nothing still?
I see nothing. All I see is just your Maverick LCS, 6 subscribers, and 3 of your videos down there.
Okay.
I think.
Hold on.
Oh, 4 videos.
Okay. Oh, something's coming up. Okay, I have a window now.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
It says the show will start shortly, right?
12,
It says
13.
live. Stream health is. I've been streaming for a minute and 19 seconds.
No, nothing's popped up over on my end.
Okay, click on my channel.
I am on your channel.
Okay, hold on.
I'm on your channel. There's nothing there yet. You know how usually the live stream will pop up?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can get you the link. Okay.
Usually, I'm on your home.
Okay, I'm gonna give
I'm
you.
on your home channel. There's nothing
Okay, I got the link.
like it
I
used
got
to
the
be
link
before.
to the stream right now.
All right. I want to see videos. There it is, live stream. I gotta click on videos to see the live stream.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you do see something?
Oh, we're both on there.
Oh, we're both on there?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
No. We're not on. The show will start shortly. That's what I have.
Okay, hold on a second.
And I could hear myself.
Yes, because yeah, it didn't mute the audio portion for that. What I'm gonna do in the future is I'm gonna mute everybody, let the intro play, and then once I finish the intro, I'll unmute everyone. So, okay, so this is you should be seeing the intro title. Robotech World Podcast, your host Memo, One Dominion and Maverick LSC. Then I'll
Yeah.
put on the face can. Yeah, there's a slight delay from OBS and YouTube. I could see it, but I could see you perfectly. You're side by side with me.
Because all I hear is let the intro play, and I just see the banner.
Okay, wait a couple seconds and tell me if you see yourself.
All right. Send me the link, by the way, right here, so I could
Yeah,
post it.
I sent it. I sent it on Facebook Messenger.
All right.
So it should
There we
be.
go.
Yeah, you see it? Okay.
Why are you? Because I'm what do you call it? Sideways cam. It
I
blocks
had a different
screen.
setup. I had a different setup upstairs on the other computer.
Yeah.
So
All right. Let me. If you send it to me, I'm gonna probably freeze because I'm. This is test number 4, right?
Yeah, this is test number 4. I got 3 minutes 49 seconds right now lapse time.
All right.
My stream has a red dot on it. That means the health is a little slow. No, it's okay.
Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, so this is you should be seeing the intro title.
Copy link.
Robotech World Podcast, your host Memo, One Dominion and Maverick LSC.
All right.
Then
Test
I'll-
number 4.
And then
We're
I'll
just.
put on.
I'm listening to us talking, so
Yeah,
I'm trying to. What I'm there, right?
yeah, you're here. Okay,
Okay. What I'm doing is on the phone. I copied the link, and I'm trying to. I'm only like 10 seconds behind. All right, here we go.
behind the video.
Did it? Okay, did it freeze for some reason?
Freezed on your end.
Oh,
Because you're,
okay.
yeah. Are you on your phone, right? Remember whenever you interacted on your phone, it would freeze you?
No, on my computer.
Oh, you're on your computer.
Yeah.
Okay. But I can still hear you.
Okay. I'm posting right now. Yeah, I'm live.
Okay.
There you go. That's that one. I'm publishing it right now. Okay, it only froze on my end. You're
Oh,
still there, right?
yeah, I'm still here.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Do you want me to stop the web stream and let it process through YouTube and see how it looks?
Nah, it's all right. Let's keep it going. I mean, I don't want to mess up the what do you call it? World test four. I think test four is coming out good. I could hear it on I could hear it on my earpiece.
Okay.
All right, looks like we're good. All right, Mav.
Okay.
Let
Right.
me go back to you. I still hear it on my end.
Yeah.
Shoot, where are you at? There we go. Meeting in progress. All right.
Okay. It looks okay. Okay. You know what?
I want
I'm gonna. Do you want me to?
to.
Okay. Do you want me to stop the this and then we do a quick test to make sure the audio is fine before we go what?
Everything's fine on my end.
Yeah, but I want to stop the stream and then we'll check
Yeah.
the video. Okay. So I'll stop the stream and then I'll give you another link once we start again. So let me
Oh
stop.
man, I just posted up the two links.
It's okay. Let me.
Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's get
Okay.
it over
Okay.
with.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. All right. Open it up.
Okay, okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an- another Robotech World Live YouTube test. It's not official yet until we're happy with the setup. So this is just a test. This is our first attempt. It's actually not first attempt. It's a couple attempts into trying to figure out how to use this setup that Memo and I are trying to work out. So that way, in the future, when you receive podcasts from us, they'll be utilizing the YouTube format. We tried working out with other alternatives to TalkShoe, but it just nothing really worked out. So you know what? We're joining the YouTube generation. Seems like everyone's doing these kind of things now with the video and audio. So we're gonna try this out. So anyway, welcome to Robotech World Podcast with your host Memo One Dominion and Maverick LLC. And today we're just going to talk about what we plan to do with the channel in the future and any news tidbits that we have regarding the Robotech live action movie and other things related with Harmony Gold and the Robotech property. So Memo, can you take it away?
Oh yeah. Hey, it's me, Memo One Dominion or Memo. Everybody knows me as Memo around the conventions. And yes, we've been testing this thing for almost 2 months. I think Maverick on his end is working out the kinks. There was a lot of pretty banners, scrolls, and all that, but the one step at a time. That way we figure until everything's figured out. Um, the couple of ones that we already did, we had some cool intros, so hopefully that is part of it. Um, we did this morning. We finally opened it up. We only had a couple of people on the other ones, right? We
Yeah.
only had a couple of people to give us how do you say it, critiques, basically, what we could do, what we could use. We're using Zoom for the video recording. Where I'm on my cell phone actually. I have my cell phone right now, looking at Mav on a two-way right here. I see his face, and I see my face. I have my laptop open on YouTube, and I'm how do you call it? Keeping an eye on sound, making sure there's sound here, and what do you call it? As long as there's sound, then we're good. Um, but I'm keeping an eye also on chat. I don't know if you see a chat scroll there, Mav.
Yeah, there's a Zoom chat that I have right now happening.
And I'll be going on and off with my glasses. I see Marek open up a chat. I could open up the chat as well. There's a chat option. If you're on YouTube, make an account. There's an option to put in a chat. Open up the chat and participate. Pop out chat. I do a pop out chat on my laptop. I'm on my laptop, so I pop out the chat so I could just say hi everybody. And at the same time, Mav, do you have it on the YouTube showing?
Not on this computer per se. I'm gonna double
But
check
I'm
it.
Robotech X on chat, so I'm using my Robotech X account
Yeah,
to talk on the what do you call it on the page.
yeah. I'm just going through all the options I have here for scrolling, and
Yeah.
I don't see anything at the moment regarding
No,
the chat, but that's
I
okay.
I barely posted on Facebook, so everybody's probably watching the Dodger game.
Yeah,
I just got mad. I had to walk away.
of course.
Dodger Boston game, and I just had to walk away. So, um, what do you call it? They're pissing me off. Anyways, they've been pissing
I
me off.
totally get it, dude. I totally get it. I guess
Oh,
what.
you put the banner up. I just saw the banner just
Yeah,
pop in.
I switched over to one of my scenes. I create OBS. I create all the segments in OBS Studio, and they have what's called scenes, which is basically the layout of every scene. You could set like which is the banner, which is a background, which is video, whatever, and you could all basically set it up in layers. So
Right.
so I got this part set up, but mind you, this is on a laptop. This is not on the Beast of machine that I have upstairs, which unfortunately it doesn't work well with OBS for some reason. So yeah, so what I plan to do, folks, is try to find a way to have this work out with, regardless if I'm on the computer on my main desktop computer or laptop, so that way we both be able to get like the same kind of standard between the two machines. So I'm trying to balance that out. We kind of had to do this last minute with the laptop because it just didn't work out with my desktop. But
I
anyway,
still have my I still have my coffee from the morning too, but
oh, of course. Um, so I guess
I'm sad.
I guess what
Still drinking it.
of
Hey man, not
course,
a bad.
of course. I guess what I want to say to the fans is that we're trying to bring something a little bit different with the Robotech World podcast. It seems like there's a ramp up in the fan community in terms of creating these videos with live streaming, and Memo and I decided that maybe this might be a better move for the Robotech World podcast to move into a different stage in terms of bringing you the latest news and information regarding all things Harmony
Yeah.
Gold and such. So yeah,
And here's another thing. I can't see because I'm on the phone. This is my cell phone that I'm looking at right now that I'm pointing at. This is my cell phone and it's connected. I have a what do you call it? Those little holders, and it's connected to my tripod. The
mhm.
tripod I use at conventions to record the Robotech panels. So it's just being held up. So it's nothing fancy. It's not a computer. It's not a big camera. It's just my cell phone. And let me make sure it has enough battery. 83%. All right, it's 83%, and what do you call it? It works. And on my left, a little bit to the left, about 20 degrees, is my laptop. So here I could see if anybody posts anything on YouTube. I only have it on YouTube, so I don't have my Facebook open.
Mhm.
Um, the only place I have my Facebook open is probably my tablet. I don't have it on my computers. I don't have it on my. None of my computers have it. I don't have access to anything on my computers. I don't use Facebook on my computer. The
Yeah.
only thing I use is probably YouTube, and that's about it. But everything is done through phones nowadays, and they're very well secured. So that's the only thing I'm using.
You're trying to keep a tight security with your.
No, because every time let's say I go to the computer, I forget my password,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I totally
and
get
then I
it.
have to change my password, and then I go on the phone and like, why the hell it ain't open? Oh yeah, I changed the password over there. Why I
Yeah.
changed the password over here? You know, I got like one, two computers here, my two laptops. I got my big laptop to take and do editing when I go for long runs. But if I go to Mexico, I take my small laptop. You know, I
Hmm.
have a little mini laptop, and then I have my Samsung tablet where I read because I collect all the comics through cosmetology. By the way,
Yeah.
do you have your comic books?
I do have my comic books. I have my well. Let me show you this stuff here. by
All right.
Robotech Archives, Volume One. So I already have like the individual comic books that from Kabiko, but these are I prefer keeping this on hand because the other ones are in storage. So I try to keep
Right. Right.
those pristine. And I also have the latest comic books by released by in digest form from Titan Comics. So this is
Yeah.
pretty much like the reboot that they're producing, which is kind of interesting. And I wish we didn't. I wish we had the audio for the last podcast because we had a pretty interesting debate regarding the timelines and stories regarding that.
I got the last one that came out, which is number 13. Um, I delayed myself in reading it, of
Hmm.
course. Yeah. Uh, we could always redo uh our last podcast, but that was we only did it for an hour, but we were doing a lot of tests. A lot of testing we did here are actually smaller compared to uh, the first podcast where I didn't get no sound from me. I guess you're the only one who had the sound, and we had to switch everything to your laptop, right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
But
I'm thinking that.
I prefer the single issues. Of course, I got to collect the issues. I know. Let's see. We'll talk about this in a bit. But what do you call it? I think we're ready to roll for that, Mav, or you want to talk about the live action? James Wan.
Well, I
James
think.
Wan is not doing Robotech. I got to remember that. James Wan is not
Well,
doing the live
yeah,
action Robotech.
it's Andy was it Machete?
Andy Muschietti
Machete.
and with sister Barbara Muschietti,
Yes.
and they've been posting up pictures
Twitter.
on their Instagram. Well,
Oh,
Barbara is
Instagram.
actually
Yeah.
posting pictures up on Instagram, but not
Instagram.
about the movie, but what revolves in production.
Hmm.
So, which is pretty cool. She doesn't show pictures of actors. I don't know if they're actors from right now or from the last filming. So I couldn't tell which one she's showing. But we were talking about earlier, and I already talked about it. Was um, they're done with filming in Port Hope, which is near your house, I think. Mav?
Port Hope is just maybe an hour drive east of Toronto,
Toronto.
and
All right,
yeah,
all right. And they were there for a whole month of September, basically just doing filming of everything that surrounds the town of Dennery from the It movie 2 or the It story. And prior to that, they had been recording June and July. So you got almost a half a month of July. Sorry, not June. June, July, and August, and the full month of August. I don't know where they filmed, but then they went to the town of
Chalk
Port
Lake,
Hope,
yeah, Port Hope.
Port Hope to do the town of Dennery and the story. And now they're done filming, and they're spending a week, like some time off resort type of thing. Chalk Lake. I don't know where that one's at.
That one's just outside of the outer outskirts of Toronto, maybe 30-minute drive, 15, yeah, 15 30 minute drive. Chocolate's outside of like Markham and Oshawa area, which is still east of Toronto, so just much closer to Toronto than
And
Port
from
Hope.
what I'm hearing from people in Canada, there's fans out there. There are a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
Robotech fans in Canada.
yeah, pretty much all of them are Southern Cross fans, though.
Every time I do some of the videos, they come up and we start talking. We start going back and forth. Hey, what do you think of this? I'm like, oh man, I could only give opinions. I only got opinions. There's no actual facts to what's going on other than what's the word? Speculation. I could only speculate what's happening just by looking at other productions or how the movie business works out here. Yeah, everything's different. Nothing's going to be the same, but you pretty much get an idea what's going on. Um, and I said, and he told me, well, he couldn't talk to them about Robotech. He couldn't get nothing out of them about Robotech. So I told him, dude, try a different angle. Talk about it. They're doing it right now. You could talk about it. Ask them who's going to be there to film. Talk about filming. It gives you an idea if what's going to be in the future. And what answers he was able to get was, they still got to film for this month, going into probably next month, just a little bit. They're almost done, but he couldn't get a sure answer out of them. So I don't know who he's talking to. I just talked to the cast, talked to the filmers. Hey man, how long you guys going to be here, or where's your next town? You guys are doing pretty good. Give them props. Give them props for helping out and whatnot. Helping out the town. because it brings in money revenue when somebody's filming in a town or whatever. And the answers he was able to get was they're filming a little bit more. They just got to do a couple of scenes, and then hopefully they go into post production by November. November is only a week from now, so they go into post production, and I don't know, the middle of November, end of November, and then December, and pretty much done. And then hopefully they start kicking production early next year. When would they start filming? I'm hoping around Mayish they could start filming Robotech, but it's going to be up in the air on how far along the production is. Remember, I thought Barbara Machete from last Comic Cons, I thought Barbara Machete was going to be working on Robotech production, but she's the one over there taking pictures during the It filming production. So, you know, it's all going to be a lot of hearsay, or until everybody's Google alert starts filling up with who's going to be acting or who's going to be called in for Min May or Rick or Global, and that's when the fans are going to go crazy. And that's when probably we're going to have a lot of shows about it, because we're going to be talking about casting, how young they could be. I'm thinking Power Rangers young, but not too young. Maybe Pacific Rim young, but not like big names other than Captain Global. I mean, I wish I could have Edward James Olmos as Captain Global, but technically he's already that old. He was good for Galactica. But,
yeah, he was. He was amazing for Galactica. Actually, he was amazing. That was the perfect role.
And Galactica got him early, so we lose out on that one. But it's only my wish. I know some other people were calling him out, but it could be a younger Captain Global. Not somebody too old. So it's a wait and see. I don't know how much Sony is going to put into this production to where they afford big names. I just say go with young cast. Start going with young cast. Have no problem the first movie, hopefully on the second movie either, and just go from there.
So basically, you use the like the original Star Wars formula where you just put a bunch of unknowns or people that haven't been proven, and maybe have the one star or maybe two stars, like say B-rated actors to play some of the key roles. Like for example, Han Solo. Harrison Ford was already kind of getting big, I think, with some of his roles with Raiders of the Lost Ark and some other movies like Blade Runner. I think he did Blade Runner before Star Wars, correct?
Correct. And then he did Jedi. I'm glad they brought him back, but I could tell he was old.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell his movements was not the same as when he was young,
True.
Running after stormtroopers and in the Death Star. He had a sprint to his filming, right?
Yeah.
But when you see him I didn't see it in what was it? Not The Last Jedi, the one before that.
What call it? Not Last Jedi.
Rising.
No, I know what you're talking about, and it's not Rogue One. It's Oh, geez, I have the movie here somewhere. I just gotta look behind me and find it.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, you know what?
Not Transformers: The Last Jedi, but
we're getting old.
You can tell.
Yeah, we're
waiting for the live action.
I have like all the Star Wars collection, and I forget the one movie.
What do you call it? On The Last Jedi. No, it wasn't The Last Jedi. When they brought him back, Last Jedi. Was it Last Jedi? No, the one before, right?
Brought who back?
Harrison Ford. He wasn't moving that fast. Not The Last Jedi.
I know what you're talking about. I gotta check my phone. Sorry, I apologize.
Force Awakening.
Yeah, The Force Awakens.
Yeah, The Force Awakens. Yes. What do you call it? When they brought him back for that one, I said, "Oh man, he shouldn't be running. He shouldn't be running."
It was. They had to do that. You have to. Every movie when they do a reboot, they kind of like every kind of property when they do a reboot, they kind of have to do a passing of the torch from the old fandom to the new fandom. So it's kind of like something that was kind of expected, because everyone wants to see Han Solo, of course, right? Because what's a Star Wars movie without Han Solo, especially with a reboot?
I'm expecting the cast to be. I'm hoping and expecting to be young, and so far with the filming almost coming to an end, I could sense it. I could feel it. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about filming, not post production. I don't know how long that's that's gonna take. Just double checking that we still have sound because a lot of people told us there was no sound. Um, Hopefully they just start jumping onto Robotech as early next year. I'm thinking maybe uh, by February or March we'll start hearing some stuff, some things, and hopefully start filming summer again. And we'll go from there. And hopefully Barbara, as she's doing with it right now, Barbara Machete, she starts posting up pictures of what's going on around production. I know she's not going to post up filming production because that's all going to belong to Sony, and they're going to decide what comes out, what's out there, and also how, like, because I get online pictures. I just make sure they're online, not sent to me. I make sure that, all right, this has to come out first before I can post it, or I become a liability, and I don't want eyes over here. But I hope fans out there will start taking pictures of filming sites and whatnot, or the actors, and that would be part of what we would be talking about, giving us an idea to the live action Robotech live action movie.
Yes,
We're
correct.
almost close, guys. We're almost close. We're almost there. I mean,
It's been over 10 years,
we had
Memo.
James Wan. Before that, with Warner Brothers, um, it was a mess. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to this temple franchise. They wanted what did they want? That they gave they wanted the DC Universe franchise, temple franchise, and look where it went. But hopefully Sony does look into this as something big, bigger than big for them in the sci-fi universe.
Yes, I agree
Oh,
wholeheartedly with
Mav,
that.
I cannot hear you. Did you mute it?
I don't think I muted, but let me see my.
No, I cannot hear you, bro. Let me see if
Can you hear me
you're coming
now?
out on the.
Can you hear me now? Hold on.
You're coming out on the YouTube video.
I am, but
You're
not.
coming out on the YouTube video, but on my phone you're not.
Okay. Well, as long as it comes out on the YouTube video, that's fine. So, but I'm just concerned whether or not you're coming out now on the
You're
YouTube video.
so broken up. If I hang, I'm not hearing you, Matt. On the,
You're
can you
not.
hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. I can hear you perfectly. You're fine. You're fine.
Oh, you could hear me. Okay, you could hear me, but I can't hear you.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened there.
Okay. Hold on. Did you mute me? Okay. Okay. Let's see.
I could only hear you on the YouTube channel. That's why I'm getting my feed, but
Okay.
you're a couple of seconds delay.
Okay. Then okay. Then you should listen to me strictly on Zoom.
Well,
Zoom.
I just
Zoom. Zoom. Zoom.
All right, that's good. You could hear me, right? That's
Yes.
good.
Yes. Yes.
Now, I guess we'll keep on rolling.
Yeah. No,
So
Memo, don't watch me
unless
on YouTube.
if we shut it down.
No, don't watch it on YouTube. Watch it
No,
on
I didn't
Zoom.
mute you. Let me try. Let me try and check.
Listen to me on Zoom.
Video, audio.
Listen to me on Zoom. Zoom.
On.
Zoom.
What if I leave? Should I come back?
No.
I'm trying to, but I can't hear you on Zoom.
Oh, really?
Let me see. Miko. I'm not. Oh,
Can
I
you
see.
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I'm trying to. Oh, okay, here, meeting in progress. Yeah, meeting in progress, but
Yeah, do you hear me?
yeah, but I can't hear you on Zoom.
That's weird. Hold on.
All right.
How's that? Okay. That is weird. Cause
Oh man.
that's what.
let's see, hang up and call me. Hopefully we don't lose the streaming,
No,
right?
we won't lose the stream. Hold on.
Hang up and call me again. Hopefully we don't lose this. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, whatever you did, it worked.
I muted
Something.
myself and I muted myself and then unmute again. So something must have happened. I think the stream is weak.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming out. Luckily, we're coming out good on YouTube videos. So here we go.
Okay.
So yeah, let's go back to Robotech. So that's the deal with the live action. So there's not much going on until what do you call it? Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti starts go back into filming. I'm like waiting for something to come out, somebody to post something, or I get some feedback from Canada and get some information if they're starting to film. But right now it looks like they're taking a week's rest because that's all I seen was a week rest out of them, and we'll see what happens. I mean, damn guys, I gotta get this thing done so they could get into Robotech. I mean, and James Wan is already coming out with Aquaman. So to see James Wan, who was going to be initially the Robotech director, jump from a horror genre into a live action genre of sci-fi or what do you call it, Aquaman. I'm wondering how that's going to transition with Andy Muschietti going from he only did 2 movies, right?
Uh,
Mamma Mia or Mama and
I think it's called Mama.
Mama and what do you call it? It.
Yeah.
And you had to see it to understand how he filmed. I didn't see it because he was a Robotech director, but I went to see it because I want to see how does he films these characters, how he builds these characters.
Well,
You know?
for me, I would like to see how he deals with doing like a reboot or an adaptation of an old property like It, because It was made in the '80s as a made for TV show. So to have a film adaptation of a TV series, miniseries, that takes some talent to organize. And supposedly the It movie did quite well in the box office. So
Yeah.
for that kind of genre, the horror genre. So, if he does well with that, then I can understand why he would be a good choice for doing the Robotech film adaptation.
You know what I forgot to do, Mav? I forgot to put this in Robotech live action as well.
Okay,
So I'm gonna post there, and we're talking about the. That's the sad thing that we talked about Robotech live action, and I didn't.
it's okay. It's all good.
Stop it! Stop it! See, shoot, this card. I should write the post first. Um, and there's an interesting thing about the comics as well. Want to dive into that?
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Well, Robotech World podcast, right? World.
Yeah.
That's 4, and now I'm gonna put the link. All right, there we go. And going back to you, how am I sounding? I'm still there, right?
Yeah, you still sound fine. I can hear it clearly. 5 by 5.
Okay, there we go. And let's see who starts to join us. Let me see if I could get you on Zoom again. There we go. We're back on Zoom.
Okay. Do you want someone to join through a video chat with us? It could be done. I just have to put in their email.
If they have Zoom, we could put them in, right?
Yep. Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
just have to give them the address for it.
If anybody wants to join, I think you could go to YouTube, and like I said, go to YouTube. If you have an account there already set up, then you could actually join the chat, right? And from the chat, we could see if you want to join live or give us an email. I gotta put on my glasses because I have my. Oh, I saw you. You were sending me messages over there when we
Yeah, just to do a test.
do a test.
Yeah, I
So,
got it.
yeah.
Everything's a test. You know how it is, aviation, right? Everything's a test.
Well, yeah, you work in aviation, so
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that. But that transitioning from the live action from a horror director, I mean, it's been done a lot of times before with other horror directors to big movies. You know that. Um, and hopefully Andy Muschietti, the director of it, is able to do that with Robotech. Now, interestingly, we were talking earlier about this comic, Robotech comic,
The
and
reboot through of
the reboot.
of the
I'll tell you right
rebooted
now,
Robotech comics by Titan Comics. Yeah.
Robotech comic by Titan Comics.
Yeah.
I did not like, I did not like this comic when it first came out. I just collected it. I stopped reading at number 3, I think. And that this is last year. I've been collecting since last year. I have an account with Comixology. I see my account from bank account go say, boom, you just bought another comic. Boom, you just bought comic number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I didn't read them. I said, okay, I'll sit down and read them. And I guess people were telling me they started replacing the people or switching people, and they started fixing up the art, and not only the art, but as soon as Simon Furman, one of the writers, the Transformers writers, um, it actually started getting good. And they're telling me, you gotta get on it. You gotta take a read to this because you're missing out. And not only that, I think I saw Jonathan Switzer. I want to give him props for doing a lot of the old comics videos back in the day. He has a YouTube channel, Jonathan Switzer. What is it called, Mav?
It's called the Robotech thing.
The Robotech thing?
Yeah.
With a thing on it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it has a thing. It's called the Robotech thing.
The Robotech thing, Jonathan Switzer, Robotech thing, he has a lot of background in the comics. I mean, I cannot surpass this guy when he talks about the comics. He started making videos again, and I started following him again with the introduction, the first one for these comics, and he brought a point about Carl Mazek's vision being used in this comic, and that intrigued me right there. All right, everybody's telling me to go back to read it, try it out, and I'm like, all right, I'll check it out, I'll finish it up. I had to deal with number 4, but when I hit number 5 and so on, I had to like binge read it. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. It took me. I had to go to bed, go to work. The next day, it's like, damn, I can't wait to get home and continue reading. And all the way up to number 13. The writing gets a lot better. There's more meat in the writing now. The art is a lot better. Let me pull out some pages. Open it up. It's very thick. And here you go. The art just got. Are you able to see it, Matt?
Yeah, no problem. Actually, I'll expand on your field of view just for the. Hold on. Okay.
I don't think I showed this comic. This is the centerpiece of the comic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. It's speaker
What do you
view.
think about the look? I don't know if you've seen this comic yet.
It looks pretty good. It looks pretty sharp. It looks like something. You had it at a different page before. Like what page is that one from? Is that from the first? Oh, okay, Lisa's already captain. Oops, sorry, spoilers.
Spoilers. Well, you kind of knew when Global died, so.
Yeah, but some people haven't purchased the comics yet. You gotta hush, you know. Yeah, actually, it looks pretty good. It looks like an improvement from the first couple of issues.
It's not Wildstorm, Jim Lee's style.
No.
Tommy used to work for Wildstorm, so it's not that type of style art.
Do you have another example, Memo? Another example that you like?
But I could feel like
that's a good one.
They somehow went to the Wildstorm
style
feel, but it's still more Americanized than the Wildstorm anime manga style, anime style.
I like that one. I like that. Like, it's a huge improvement from the first issue. Complete, like, I guess a lot of fans were complaining on the first issue, I'm assuming. Yeah, but it shows. Like, it's a huge improvement. I love the direction. The art direction right now is really.
Yeah. Now I could look at the art. Before I was ignoring the art. I was ignoring the characters, but it's a good pickup now. If you're gonna have it, at least it's only 13, so it took them up to number 4 to switch writers.
Yeah.
With Simon Furman, which I'm jazzed about. I'm totally jazzed because this one is talking a lot about. It threw me off a lot. One was when T.R. Edwards T.R. Edwards uh
Roy Fokker.
T.R. Roy Fokker. No, man, I can't say that. Spoilers.
That's
All
right.
right, hell with it. Hell with it. T.R. Edwards is from the future, and this whole comic is all Star Trek, the new Star Trek with the
J.J.
old Spock
Abrams.
meeting.
Yeah, the J.J.
Yeah,
Abrams
J.J.
version.
Abrams Star
Yeah.
Trek with a little bit of Neo and the Matrix, and I could say, where's the wormholes? Who does the wormholes?
Shadow Chronicles.
Shadow Chronicles.
Spoilers. Sorry.
I mean, it's starting to put it all together, and I'm still waiting for Southern Cross, by the way. So there's just one little blurb of Southern Cross, but there's no Southern Cross other than
T.R. Edwards.
T.R. Edwards is in there.
Yeah.
Well, Edwards was from the
Sentinels.
first one.
No, Edwards is from the Sentinels.
Yeah, but he was also in the first. No. That's I'm thinking. That was only in the Wildstorm comics, I think, where he comes back for a bit.
I'm trying to recall.
When his wife died. His wife died, right? At
that was in the Macross.
Alaska canon. Huh?
Yeah, that was the Macross version when during the Reign of Death.
And it sets up for him to be part of the Sentinels, going with the Sentinels, correct?
Yes. It was during the Reign of Death that his wife died at the Alaska base. But you know, and he got injured too. He got injured in that Reign of Death too, right?
But I don't know how this futuristic T.R. Edwards and Rick Hunter. All right, so you got the Star Trek thing going with the future Star Trek of
Spock going back in time.
Spock going back in time.
Yeah.
Seeing the young Spock, I'm like, oh, come on. And also with the old Star Trek where there's a time rift where a good Spock meets the bad Spock is helping the what is it? Who was he helping? Was he helping the good Spock?
Yeah, the old.
No, Kirk, the good Kirk.
Yeah, he was helping to help Kirk.
The bad Kirk come back.
No, he was trying to help the Kirk from not
The
deviating
get out of
too
get back
far
in his
away from his timeline, because he was trying to tell him that there was something special between him and the young Spock. Because remember, they were very conflicting when they first met as characters, and they didn't have a lot. They basically, the old Spock is saying, "Look, give it some time. You're going to develop a really close relationship with this young Spock," even though the young Kirk didn't believe him at the time. But once they had that adventure that they shared in that first movie, their relationship started. They started bonding together as friends, and it took the old Spock to tell the young Kirk that you got to stick with it, and something will foster and develop into something special.
Well, this is what I'm seeing with this comic is all of a sudden it got sci-fi and interesting for me, and I'm like, oh man, I had it for a whole year and I didn't read it.
Would you say,
eyeballing
Memo? Would you say this is like turning Robotech from something that's just an anime into something that's more like a hardcore, serious piece of sci-fi that they're somehow managing it to put into a comic book form? Because I'm thinking that's the general direction. Like what you said before, you told me that if this comic book series is done correctly, you mentioned to me you would like to see someone to turn this into a novel, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go there.
Want to take it there? All right.
Yes.
All right, we're good.
No spoilers though.
I'm all jazzed, dude. I'm all jazzed because I'm
wicked.
actually going to suggest that they write this story maybe on book form and use the Grandmaster himself. And I'm saying, hey, pay this guy to come back and write this whole story because I love it. It has the good science in it. And we're talking about James Luceno. James Luceno is one of the original novelists of the Robotech books. him and Daly were writing the Robotech novels. You know, they were
Brian
back.
Daly, I think. Brian Daly
Yeah,
died of cancer.
yeah, and he passed away. So James Lucino, I seen him at Star Wars conventions, other conventions, and I always like to say hi to this guy, and yeah, I mean, he could really pick these comic book. I don't know if the legality how it would work, but if he could pin a book into it, I would pick it up because this is some good story going on here. Yeah, it sounds like it's borrowing a lot, but Robotech in a way it's all when I'm reading through it like, oh shit, I know this, oh, I know this, oh, I know this, but it's told almost the same way. People saying, hey, Rick Hunter goes blind, they make fun of it. I was laughing when I was hearing the comments, but now I see what happens. You know, that's why I go, wait a minute, how the hell he turns into Neo from the Matrix all of a sudden? You know, what's going on?
You're giving too much away, Memo. Dude, let these guys buy the comics. Let them see it for themselves. It's
No, because I hope some of these guys that are into sci-fi and stuff like that, and I know everybody heard how bad this comic was with the art and all that, and I'm hoping showing you a couple of pictures. It really did a 180, and it's just a complete turnaround, opposite direction with the art and the writing. It just started picking up for some reason. As I pick up the next comic, the writing gets better. The writing is there. So when I don't know who was the first writer, Woods,
Brian Wood, I think. Yeah, Brian
Brian
Wood.
Woods.
Yeah.
When Brian Woods was writing it, I'm not sure what direction it was heading. It didn't give an idea. It was just all messy. But now with Simon Furman, the writer, he's now hopefully able to put all this together, and I think that's where all this stuff is coming. And it's just crazy, man. It's crazy stuff. And then the Regis gets involved. I'm sorry, I'm giving out
Yeah,
all
more
these spoilers, but
spoilers.
what the when you're opening up these time continuums, or how do you say wormholes? I'm thinking uh, Deep Space Nine type of wormholes where you could travel from one place to another fast, but at the same time here you're traveling, I think, through time, and the Regis picks it up, and she senses the protoculture on the other side of these time warps, and that's where we get to Shadow Chronicles because it happens to the SDF-1 falling into that type of what do you call it? Black hole type of rift.
Yeah. Last time we saw this, well, the SDF-3.
The SDF-3,
Yeah, the
not the
SDF-3.
SDF-1, the
Yeah,
SDF-3.
yeah, the
Uh,
SDF-3. The last time we saw it, for those who haven't seen the Shadow Chronicles movie, I'll try to keep the spoilers to a minimum. But basically, so at some point in the movie, the SDF-3 got pulled into a black hole, and there was no follow up in terms of anyone knowing what happened to it, because they were just on a solo mission when they got pulled. Correct?
Correct. And these folds are opening up and they're being detected on the SDF-1.
Yeah.
That's why I say I hope Claudia becomes that one person.
Hold on. Shadow Chronicles is no, sorry. They did.
Hold on.
They
You went
did.
silent again.
Okay.
Unmute me again.
Okay.
You went silent again.
Okay. Hold on.
I don't know what you said. Go back to that.
Okay. Am I back?
Let's see. Testing. I don't hear you yet.
Okay. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back?
Uh,
Hello.
Nothing yet.
Okay. Hold on.
You were talking, and all of a sudden, I guess when it goes back and forth from me and you,
Okay.
just leave it for a couple of seconds. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
But I'll let you talk if you want, and I could hear you on the YouTube.
You can hear me definitely on YouTube. Interesting. Because it should get me on. Maybe it's my mic. I'll switch mics. How's that? Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay,
Right.
I switched to my camera mic instead of my microphone. So anyway, what I was gonna say is, sorry, they did not fall into the black hole in Shadow Chronicles because Louis was able to get them pulled out of the black hole by creating that.
So you're saying in Shadow Chronicles, we don't know if they went in or they went somewhere else.
No,
We don't know.
they.
We only know.
Yeah, that was.
We only know that.
We know Rick Hunter said that they got pulled in the black hole, right? Because wasn't there two ships in
There
Shadow?
was
There was two ships. There was the one that was,
Grant.
yeah, there was that ship that what's her name, the android that went to investigate with Louis.
Android. I was gonna say Android 18 from Dragon Ball.
No, oh, man, I'm
I know you're
forgetting.
talking about Android.
Yeah, there was two ships.
Janice.
Janus, yes. So supposedly they went into the black hole, correct? According to what they found on the logs.
Yes.
Or was it just hypothetical? Because I'm wondering if they truly went to the black hole. Because the last thing you saw was the message from Rick Hunter when he sent that message to
Mayday
yeah,
message.
yeah, the Mayday message.
I wouldn't know, but if they could open up holes like that and control time through those holes,
Hmm.
because it's not coincidence. There's two openings in the comics. I'm saying, all right, now that I saw two openings, it's not a coincidence
Yeah, but
then.
see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Even the Regis in the comics says we detected two openings and we detect protoculture on the other side.
Yeah, but here's the thing. In Shadow Chronicles, Rick Hunter got pulled in a black hole that was created by the Neutron S missiles, right? Correct?
Right.
Okay, now in that Udon comic, didn't Edwards have control of the Neutron S weapon system at some point?
Yes. I
Okay.
think no. He did have it at one point, but it was just to shoot straight. In Shadow Chronicles, it shows that it was Grant and now you're gonna make me go back into Shadow Chronicles. Grant and Scott Bernard. They go and try to what was it? Deactivate him.
Yes, that was at Moon Base Alus.
Loose.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't it from one of the missile silos that
No,
or
no, it was Moon Base Alus because they had a colony ship at that
no, I thought it
station.
was a space station.
It is. Oh, sorry, Space Station Liberty.
Space
Correct.
Station Liberty.
Yeah, Space
Space
Station.
Station.
Moonboost Alice is where they launched the, was it the Deucalion? The ship that,
Alien, yeah, the
yeah,
Decalion.
yeah,
And
sorry.
it was
I'm trying to
Space
remember everything.
Liberty where they launched the Neutron
Yeah,
S on
yes,
Shadow Chronicles.
yes.
And that's where the Regis grabbed them and pull them through a wormhole, I guess, or some kind. No, or she blew them up. I gotta go look back at the ending. Um, but on this comic, very interestingly, what do you call it? It's adding stuff and it's changing stuff. Even the characters themselves have changed. So it's very interesting. Now, if this would become a book, and then hopefully, I don't know if how close it's going to be to the live action adaptation, or are we seeing clues to the live action adaptation? Some of it sucks. Like did you get to the part where Rick and Min May kiss?
You're really no,
No,
okay.
huh?
Okay,
That was
Memo.
a powerful
Okay,
moment for me.
okay,
It's like,
okay.
come on. You can't push.
I finished with this one. I haven't
How
finished
many
issues
comics?
on. I would say there's like 4 or 5 for each of them. So I just have to get time to finish reading the other book. So, but yeah, spoilers, dude. Anyway,
It's kind of hard because that's why I make the videos of the live action or whatever comes out even after comic conventions. But it's kind of like spoilerish, but at the same time it's letting you guys know what you guys are missing out there in Robotech world because there's stuff going on. Yeah, it came out bad. I didn't even like it, but I had to go through the first 4 issues. But 4, I think, is where Captain Global dies, and
yeah,
5, you find
four
out,
or five, yeah.
or 6, you find out
Lisa,
how,
yeah.
and that how has to do with that time rift. I'm like, T.R. Edwards is back, and he's doing all this. It's a mess.
But you know what's
It,
weird?
it's
It's weird that kind of Captain Global knew his fate. He kind of knew.
he knew
Yeah,
because when they say he was supposed to go in the original series, he goes back to the bridge before Chiron attacks.
yeah,
I think it's Chiron. Um, Here he says, "I got to go somewhere else."
yeah.
And
I think he kind of
he
knew.
says, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes somewhere else, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude? And uh, it's a time thing. It's a combination of Star Trek, um, what do you call it? The wormholes traveling back and forth like Deep Space Nine, and uh, right now I'm seeing 13 ends with a feel of the Matrix with Neo and his powers. I'm not saying you see Rick Hunter flying like Superman around and all that, and bending, stopping bullets and all that. I'm just talking about there are
Pulling
these other
Princess Leia from The Last Jedi.
powers. you know, but what do you call it? It's getting interesting, and sadly, I binged it. Now I'm stuck with it. I gotta wait for number 14. So as soon as my alert comes on my email that Comicsology has bought number 14, I'm like, damn, I gotta read it because I gotta know where we're at with that. What's going on. And I'm just hoping some Southern Cross is involved in there because so far I only seen uh I'm keep looking at the comic. So far I only seen the the Regis. I haven't seen. Oh, and Zor. Zor does a 180 as well. I mean, he's not the Zor that you know. Not Zor, Britai. Britai. Britai is not the type of person you know. It's like things change because these events are changing. You know.
Yeah, the events mold these characters, so they're experiencing events that are different from the Robotech timeline that you knew from the series, and because of
Exactly.
that,
Throw the
those
whole series
events,
away. Because,
yeah, those
yeah,
those
throw the whole
events,
series away
yeah,
because
yeah,
of what you know Robotech because it's not what you think it is.
yeah. Think
I
of
mean,
it,
it's the same characters, it's the same thing, but it's changes.
let's put it this way: these characters are a product of their environment and their experiences within that environment. So because they're facing different uh, situations compared to what you used to know about the Robotech timeline, it's molding them differently. They're learning something and experiencing something different that's shaping their character, and it's in these new directions that will. I think if you read the comics, you'll have an understanding why these characters are acting the way they are. And then I think,
And you showed a second book. Can I see that second book again?
sure,
How many comics do you have on that one? This is for people who don't want to buy the single versions.
yeah.
How many comics does it hold? Does it say one through something?
Geez, I'm trying to check here. I think it's four. I think it's four comics per book because this one here starts off in chapter 5, so the second book starts in chapter 5. Yeah, so it's
And it
around.
ends. See, look at that. See,
So I'm
open
four.
that up again.
Yeah, so I'm four. I'm basically like 4 or 5 issues behind.
Me, but I'm on
Right.
13. But look at the layout, the coloring,
Yeah,
a difference compared to the first comics.
yeah, it's a huge difference. Especially, let me find something that I liked here. Let's see here. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ones here. Let's see. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Okay, no more spoilers. Sorry, I gotta stick with it. So, yeah, but if you're a fan of good storytelling and a character and that storytelling is character driven, then the later comics of this series is a lot of things change and it's becoming faster paced and more interesting. Like compared to the first couple issues, like it's really changed and it'll get you deep into the story for sure. Like yeah, it's a huge improvement, but you have to be willing to accept that there's going to be changes with these characters. You have to just forget everything about what you know about these
It's
guys.
driving me crazy with all the stuff they're adding. It's a very interesting picks because you see a lot of stuff going on and the way they use it in this Robotech universe,
Yes.
and very interesting. So when you see uh that feel to it of the old Star Trek with evil Spock and good Spock, or evil Spock and good Kirk, and Edwards running around. Because right now at 13, I don't know what the hell's going on. Everything's out the window.
Yeah,
That's where I'm at.
yeah,
Like, what the hell?
pretty much.
Anything goes right now. And I'm like, oh man, please don't end, because I don't want it to end in a couple of comics. I want this thing to go. I mean, I really want it to really blow up.
So,
You know,
Memo, quick question: do you think the live action movie is gonna somehow have a tie-in with this reboot with the comics?
I do not know.
Like, okay, let's put it this way: would you like to see these comics being official canon to establish the timeline for the film adaptation?
Well, I don't want it to be kind of like, I don't know. This is a side story. This is a Carl Masick throw-in,
Okay.
throw in a shoe horse in here, and see what the ripples of the water do, and that's what I think Tommy and gang and Mark, uh,
Andy Muschietti or
no,
no?
no, 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 I'm not talking about live. Simon Furman
Simon
of
Furman, sorry.
yeah, of the
Transformers.
Transformers comics
Yeah.
is throwing, because it's like saying, will the Voltron and Robotech comic be canon? You know, crossover. So I want to say it's not canon, but to the original series, but it's becoming its own series, kind of like Galactica did, from the
Mhm.
old Galactica to the new Galactica. You know, I mean, it's still there. The Galactica is still there, but you could tell the difference between the old and the new. This is almost the same thing. We're not seeing the same story. We're seeing a different story with different text that we're used to. I haven't gotten into a love story yet, other than Roy and Claudia, especially when Roy gets shot.
Okay.
And and I'm not saying shot by Centrati. I'm like, you got T. Edwards running around, so I'm gonna leave you that right there for you guys to read, because you're gonna read into it. You're gonna read into it, and you're gonna be like, what the hell?
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was number 12, comic number 12. If you could get your hands on comic number 12, or if you have it right there, you'll see it becomes how do you say it? Who shot JR moment. I'm thinking, oh damn, it's Edwards, man. He's the only crazy guy running. Well, there's two Edwards now in this timeline. So which one did it? Well, of course you already know who's a crazy one. Uh, and it's weird, totally weird.
But you know what? This is probably what the fans need. I think the fans need. Remember all the discussions we had on the Robotech forums, on the official Robotech forums regarding the new Battlestar Galactica reboot. Remember how there was a lot of fights and flame wars regarding, like, I prefer the old Glenn Larson version over the Ron Moore. Ron Moore is
right here.
satanic. Yeah, yeah. But you know what? If you gave it time, I gave the reboot of Battlestar Galactica time to let me myself absorb into that universe. And after almost 5 seasons, because it was cut down to 4.5 seasons, and then they decided to finish the series, I felt like I went into something that was profoundly opened up my eyes in terms of seeing the potential of having a live action Robotech movie, either or even a reboot of Robotech. Because I'm thinking, it's like, yeah, you can have different stories. You can have
We got somebody in chat. Finally, we got one listener.
oh
It's Robotech Juan Español. I want to promote his site, Robotech Español. Me and him, we're kind of back, but we can't organize ourselves to come to an agreement on date for Robotech Español. So he's doing Robotech Español on Saturdays, because he has Saturdays open. So he's been holding kind of like live chats like we are, and for the Spanish fandom. So I know on the previous episode I talked about him, but I'm going to repeat it right now for Spanish fans. that Robotech Español is kind of back with the old forum of people chatting. So he's bringing that. I mean, we'll have that later as soon as we're set up as well. But I'm not on the show yet because I haven't coordinated a good time with him. Saturdays is kind of hard. My son's been in the hospital since March, February, March, and it's my son, so I have to do whatever I can. Um, and it's kind of hard to do times on the weekends with Juan for Robotech Español. So I'm hoping maybe we could do weekdays, but he also works on the weekdays, so it's going to be a hit and miss with that one. You and so Robotech Español is back. It's been back. He has 4 video blogs going on. Me and you, we have other ones. We've been deleting them actually.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of technical issues because I'm running this right now on a laptop. It's kind of a little bit underpowered, but it's stable. And the one I have upstairs is a beast of a machine. It's like a hex core with a lot of gigs of RAM, but for some reason OBS doesn't like it. I don't know if it's my video card or the multi-monitor setup, but it's throwing OBS off. So I basically I had all this kind of stuff on the Beast of Machine and did some rendering and everything and music, and I kind of had to just like start from scratch with this one, like pretty much like
Yeah, because
the
I'm not
past
on
week.
my video blog. We're doing video blog through Zoom, and we had to pick Zoom because of the phone thing. I can't be behind what do you call it, the computer all the time. I
Yeah.
gotta be. I'm in the car whenever the time comes up, pops up. I'm in the car. I'm somewhere running around. There's a lot of things that I'm doing, so this video blog works. I was in my car earlier, but we kind of broke down and finally made it home. That's why you see all my second shrine of Robotech and other stuff. I got 2, 3 shrines right here of stuff, book shrines, boxes, and all that. Getting ready to move for in probably 2 months or 2 months to Colorado. So I'll be probably doing a lot of the Denver circuit. Uh, Hopefully, uh, Denver Comic Con. I don't know how it is. Anime Con is up there, so I think Kevin McKeever and Tommy Yoon show up over there. Salt Lake City is pretty near, so that puts me right very close to Salt Lake City. So I'll be hitting more that type of area up there, Colorado.
Are you close enough to go to Portland, Oregon? I think they have some conventions there as well, right? Portland.
That would be up a little bit up north from California, but I could hit them, but it would put me closer to Canada as well.
Okay, so you probably can
But
do it.
I still wouldn't leave the convention circuit here in San Diego because it's very the San Diego Comic Con is very important,
Yes.
and Anime Expo
Yeah.
and WonderCon. So I'm still set up for WonderCon, San Diego Comic Con, and Anime Expo.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's where all my vacation is going to be going, and my weekend days off I'll be going to these other ones up in Denver area. So I'm going to be pretty well set up. I don't know what Juan is saying, so I know there's some postings. It happens.
Oh, is this on
So
Facebook?
Juan is.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's right there. Did you ask him if he could hear you?
Oh, hey Juan, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? He told me that he couldn't hear, but he didn't say who. I thought it was you or me or whatever until I went back into the video. I saw, oh, it was me.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't come out on the audio. That's why I have an earpiece right here.
Yeah.
That way I could check once in a while since Juan wasn't there. And yeah, I could hear me talk. And what do you call it? So I got a lot of stuff right here. I got my computer set up right here. I'm going through uh, getting rid of us stuff and boxing stuff. So at the same time, so I'm not sure if I'm moving. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So we'll see.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens. Other than that, any live action news, I'll sure to post it on Facebook like always. We don't have a set date for you and me to connect, right? Other than this time, 8 o'clock.
Let's see what I have right now on my schedule. I'll
Well,
probably.
6 o'clock on Sunday.
Well, I could do Sundays at this time because usually my kid's in bed with my wife
Yeah.
because they have to work. They both. My son goes to school, and my wife
Yeah.
she works early morning, and I usually work afternoons, so I have to stay up late. So, but because I'm
Oh,
3 hours difference, I think it's 3 hours difference Eastern Canada, Eastern U.S., and the Pacific. Correct? 3 hours.
Correct. So
Yeah.
I'll leave you for homework to read that second book. I don't know what if you don't have 13 in there.
13, eh? Unlucky number. I
If
wonder.
you don't have 13 in there on a Halloween by Halloween, let me know, man. Maybe I'll share my
No,
account with
no, 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 no. It's okay. Let me. I don't like spoilers. Come on, you're ruining this
you. All
for me,
right, all
buddy.
right, all right. I'll let you read your second book and
Yeah.
let me know what you think. Everybody, hopefully you guys have a good night. Oh, are we closing by the way? I wasn't sure what we're doing.
Yeah, we've been doing this for over an hour. I think it's a pretty good start. It's been stable, no issues with the stream, as far as I
Yeah.
know. We'll know after when it shows up on YouTube. But if this ends up being successful, then we're gonna definitely go ahead with this format. We'll let the viewers know when we decide to unveil our channel. For now, it's going to be on my personal channel, Maverick LSC YouTube channel. But we are going to move it to another channel, and we'll let you know. And we're also going to allow, and this is going to be experimental. We're going to have some opportunities to allow other guests to join us. So just name who you want to be on the show, and we'll see if we can get a hold of them as guests. We're planning to do interviews, roundtable discussions with the fans, and hopefully, if this setup with Zoom works well, maybe Memo could use this as a way of coming out of the panels at conventions to discuss any new developments regarding Robotech. Because Memo, as you know, as he mentioned, he does attend a lot of these conventions, and he could use the Zoom app after the panel to bring up the latest news, and we could give it to you live from the convention.
There are some people that actually I could see them like taking camera action, a lot of camera action going with a recording partial of the panels. I try to record the live action information, but I can't a live stream because I'll get caught so easily. I'm the one standing up. I'm the one
Correct.
what
Correct.
do you call it up there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't want to lose my badge over something. I just there's people out there live streaming. Let them live stream,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be the one
Sure.
losing my badge over it. And especially when I have a Robotech table there, already set up for fans to gather and whatnot.
Yeah.
At all these conventions that I go to, they got their rules about streaming. So that's something Harmony Gold would have to work with those people with the convention organizers. But as of right now, like Comic-Con, they're not allowed. But I usually record and post it right away after the panel's over. As soon as it's over, boom, upload.
Okay. Hey
And
Memo, you know what you can do as a suggestion is you could film not a live version, but you could just do a like a post panel reaction. So just find a
yeah,
spot, do your own personal recording, and then we can have
well, that's what I do. I usually post that up and
mhm,
go with that.
yeah.
So I do like a before and after, and whatnot, and I save the live action filming, and then I post that up right away. And
Hmm.
and once we get I either put it on Robotech X, as you guys can see right here. I'm Robotech X, who posts right here. I run the Robotech X YouTube channel, so we put up a lot of the videos there, and from past panels. Not only that, but I also put up on Facebook. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do this with for what do you call it for well, I share the YouTube link at
I
Facebook.
have something in my repertoire that
Okay,
may resolve this to be able to stream to all the available social media outlets.
right,
I do
right,
have it, but I
and then
can't
and then
discuss
get
it here.
well with Robotech, if you get big enough, you'll end up going to TwitchCon and whatnot. Oops. Got it.
No, no, yeah, I'm just
But
doing
we're
this
not.
as a
Oh,
hobby.
we're not. Let everybody know we're not making money off of this.
Yeah, there's no monetization whatsoever.
Monetization. I'm pretty well off on my job. I got a good job. There's no changes on that. So I don't know about you. You don't want to monetize off of it. We're not making money.
Yeah,
And we're just talking about Robotech. So
yeah.
if you guys want something, leave the comments below the video, and hopefully we'll talk about it next time and see where we go from that. There's a lot of stuff that we want to talk about. Harmony Gold probably loses the license in 2021, maybe not.
Whoa, whoa! Don't bring that up yet. Don't bring that
So we'll
up.
save it for another time. But uh, we're testing this, working out the kinks, and hopefully build it up better. So Mav is jumping on that. So pretty good.
Yeah, so I think I'm pretty positive with this one. I'm probably gonna have to do the streams on the laptop from now on, but that's fine. I'll update the media
Everything on
content.
your laptop.
Yeah, so it matches the desktop because that desktop had really nice stuff. I just created. And I'm like, darn, it crashed. But anyway, for Memo and myself, I would like to say to all of you who are watching, thank you for watching us.
And Juan, who participated over here on the
Yeah,
chat
thank you,
room.
Juan. Juan, I just want to say I love your show, even though I didn't understand much of it because I don't speak Spanish myself. I just love your setup, your the way you have that show. It's a nice show, and I want to say thank you because that's something really nice that you're doing for the Spanish fandom, and thank you very much because
Uh,
it's something
and I
that we
still
need.
gotta be on there, but I just still gotta coordinate with Juan. It's kind of hard right now
Yeah, of
with
course.
timing and all that.
Of course. So anyway, I want to say thanks to everyone who's been watching, and please be free to subscribe. We'll let you know in the future date when our next show will be. We'll give you details and how you can participate on the show through Zoom. Zoom is available on iOS, Android, PC, and Mac, and I also believe Linux. But don't quote me on the Linux because Linux is still I'm not sure. But you could run it on all these devices and be able to participate on the show. But we're not going to allow all the guests to be on the show. Just only when we have a round table discussion. So, but we'll post ahead and schedule that ahead of time to let you know when you can participate. Like I said before, we're planning to have guests on the show and special guests and interviews, and we'll see you next time. So, Memo, do you want to have sign us off?
All right. Thank you for participating in Robotech World. It's a long time coming. Months of podcasts. I mean, back years of podcasts. Went on a little quiet for a while. Uh, Especially with Robotech Español, participating in Robotech Español. So hopefully we are able to connect with more people as time goes on. Robotech China. I know they'll probably end up looking at this video and asking a lot of questions. Yeah, if you don't want to post on under the video, post on what do you call it? Um, send what do you call it? Private message, which I usually get anyways, and we could talk there. But yeah, this thing is on YouTube. Check it out, the live stream, and after the live stream, and if anything pops up, any questions or anything you hear that you want us to talk about, we could talk about. That's it, Mav.
All right,
Sign us
Memo.
off.
Set. Oh, right hand. Sorry. Sign you off. It's this reverse screen, so sign you off.
Canadians, eh?
Yeah, yeah. It's the Canadian thing. Eh?